Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming and to Redemption Reapers. And as I said in the last video, if you watched it, I'm going to do a video about the combat in Redemption Reapers. I picked late game, not late game, but this is chapter 11, so it's not early and it's not easy. And you can see why just by looking at the map in the top right corner. There's an awful lot of little red dots and very few little blue dots. So firstly, this is how maps usually look. There's no fog of war in this game at all. So it's all set out for you beforehand. The object in this mission is to kill this guy, which is the enemy commander. It is sometimes a little bit difficult to find out or go and work out which one is the enemy commander, but you get used to how they look and where they're going to be. So this is the enemy commander. You can see these chests lying around which have obviously things in it. There's these things which are healing fountains. What happens if you get there, you heal yourself and you heal up your flask of healing powder or liquid, because each character has one life of healing as well as their own life, if that makes sense. So if you're getting injured, you can use that one flask, but then when that's empty you haven't got any more, and the only way you can get more is to go to one of these, and only one character can use it, so be careful who uses it. So the maps always look kind of like this. You get to see where everybody else is. You can kind of plan what you're going to do. You can look at the enemies. It says details. You can see who they are. There's a Reaver. This is probably a Wretch. I don't know. Yeah, it's a Wretch. And you can see what they are and who they do and what damage they do. These guys, just so you know, these things called Shamblers. It doesn't tell you this in the notes about different enemy characters which you get in the game. These, according to the notes, thus say these are just like mindless, useless, and you can kill them in one hit. What it doesn't tell you is, and you can tell by the way they're kind of glowing, that what they do is they'll run up to you and they'll explode on you. And if they get close to you, they get within one tile of you, they will explode and they will one-shot you. They're very, very dangerous. You have to plan all of your actions in the game around avoiding them, and if that means going backwards at some point to get out of their range where you can't kill one, that's what you need to do. So that's the thing that's very important. The two characters here are ancillary. They're just guys who are in our company kind of, but we can't ever control them. That's our leader, that's our kind of lieutenant or captain, I don't know. And they'll run along and do stuff. They're just going to do what they do. Occasionally they will do something worthwhile. Often they'll get themselves killed, but it doesn't matter. Just let them do what they do. You can't influence what they do at all, so it doesn't matter. And these are our guys, and you can see it says player turn first, and you can see that's where all the enemies are. You can see there some of these exploding guys, so you can see how far they can move. You can always click on somebody or mouse over somebody and you can see where that's red is the limit to their movement. Can go to at least here, and there you've got the turns. So you've got our actions, which are our attacks. That's a defensive kind of thing, and you can defend. You can use your one life if you need to. I don't need to, or you can just end your turn. If you think you're going to be hit by an enemy next turn, definitely defend. Don't just end your turn. So there's old Sarah. We'll put her there. I know they can't get to us this turn, so there's no point in defending. So everyone might as well just move forward. I'm not going to play for this whole mission, by the way. I'm just going to play through a little bit and give you an idea. Missions are long in this game as well. They're not straightforward and simple. Even the early ones aren't quick. So these two exploding guys, you can see there's more coming from there. So these two exploding guys, and there's quite a lot. It looks overwhelming, and in a sense it kind of is. I mean, when you think about the enemies you get in XCOM, you probably don't get this many on the map at any point. So there is quite a lot of them, and you've got less guys, but you get special abilities. These two guys just run up and get in the way sometimes, but never mind. So the first thing, like I said, is you need to kill these exploding guys. Be a little bit careful, because there's dodge in this game, and it's possible these guys dodge you. I didn't think they did. Other enemies do, but I didn't think these ever did until I played it last night, and one of them did, and then because they were standing in front of me, they exploded and killed me. So use your more accurate fighters. Also, fighters have different amounts of dodge themselves. Some of them have really good dodge. Sarah, for example, has really good, I buffed her up a lot as well. She has really good dodge, so enemies try and hit her and they miss a lot. These guys don't ever miss, by the way, but other enemies, they miss a lot. The same with the archer, has a good dodge to start with, so she can dodge. And so sometimes if you're going to send someone interesting when you know they're going to get hit, send the ones that have got, they've got a good dodge, so they like to get missed with a hit, and secondly, someone who's got a retaliation strike. So anyway, let's just do this. So we've got lots of, you can see, I'm not going to go into every ability, defend is obvious. And you've got things like this, which you can see, you avoid the enemy counter strike if you do that one. Now that one can be very useful because often enemies strike back if you don't kill them in one turn or one hit, and that can be really helpful. So I'm going to not use that on this because it doesn't matter, because I'm going to kill this in one turn. There you go. Animations are nice in this game. Not amazing. It's a weird game because the pen portraits of the characters are nice, but not amazing. The actual graphics of the game are good. The graphics of the characters are very good. Actually, she can kill. No, she can't. They very rarely get 2 kills in or 2 goes in a turn, so we'll just defend there, just in case. Now, this guy I know hasn't got the most accurate hit, so we'll use somebody else. We will use him. We can't make it. Okay, well that's annoying. So because I wasn't paying proper attention, I've not moved everybody far enough forward, and what's happened is none of them can reach the other guy. That's just funny. So what's going to happen is you're going to get to see what they do. That's actually worked out kind of well because I'm only playing this as a... Oh, he can get there, so let's just use him even if he misses. Yeah, see, that's what happened, and he dies. So you got to see someone die. I didn't want to use him, but I hadn't paid proper attention to how far I was moving people because I was too busy doing the video. So that's a good lesson. So you can see what happens. He missed, that thing kills you in one turn, and he's dead. Now, ordinarily, if this happened early on in the mission, I would just start again, because there's no start again and save during in missions, by the way. It automatically saves at the end of a mission, but I just sign out the whole game and come back into it, because you won't get through this with one guy dead at the beginning. I'll explain why in a moment. So that's showing you death. That's good to know. So we move everybody up because there's no one else close by. No need to defend because everyone is a long way away from us. Like you can see, they've got different movement amounts as well, and that can make a difference. You need to be aware of which one of your characters can move the best. Always be aware when you're looking at where the enemies are, where those exploding guys are, because they can screw you over. What you don't want to do is go in to kill the normal enemy, the mort, and find that one of these mort exploders is just behind them and he's going to explode on you. You just saw what happened then. It wasn't good. So then we need to see where these are going to get to, and they're going to get to here. So I'm doing this video for the purposes of the video, not for the purposes of winning this battle, because I'm not going to play it through. So let's just show you some of the things you can do in combat. So for example, he can go here. Okay, now he could do something, but he may not kill. You could check, I can check on that guy and see if he's got the ability to kill this guy in a one shot, but the guy could dodge anyway. So he goes here, and I could do something, but I won't, because if I do these and miss, what will happen is he'll hit me back. So what I'll do is I will just defend, and then I will move her to here. Now she's got that ability where she doesn't get a counter attack if she misses, and secondly, what will happen, and you'll see it now, is she will hit him, and then because he's adjacent, you have to press one of the little keys very quickly, and he will counter attack, and that's killed him. So no one got hit back. And a lot of this game, and that's why I said it's a different kind of game, it's not like XCOM. A lot of this game, and that's one of the reasons I didn't buy it originally, because I wasn't sure if I liked the idea. A lot of this game is based on you need all your party together, because they all have abilities that trigger if you're in proximity. So what I mean by that is those two triggered because they were surrounding the enemy. The archer can trigger if she's a few squares away later on when she gets different abilities, but you need your characters around each other. I'm going to move back now because those exploding guys can reach us. He can't go back fast. Let's hope they don't reach him. Let's see if they can. Yes, they can, so he's going to die. But like I said, I'm doing this as an example, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, the more, especially when you get harder enemies, the more you'll want 2 or 3 of your guys surrounding them. It's not as difficult to do as it sounds. You don't always need to do that. I've sent one character around on her own. It's usually Sarah because she's got a good dodge to go around and take out a few enemies around a different avenue, a different way in the past. So you don't always need to do that, but that's the principle of the game. And I like I said, of all the bits and pieces in this game, you've got the fact you can see the whole game or the whole board map. There's no fog of war like there is in XCOM or Phantom Doctrine, etc. The fact that you've got these exploding guys that come down and you've got to deal with them. The fact you need all your party together to do their ability moves, really. I like that. I wouldn't like it in every turn-based game, but it's not XCOM, and that's good. It could be XCOM, you just hide behind rocks and everyone's shooting and it will be the same. But there's lots of games like that, and this isn't that, and I don't mind that. I think the fact that it gives you, it's a real game for thinking. It's not a game for brute forcing, it's not a game for we'll just run at the enemy. It's a real game for working out, it's a puzzle. Where will these come to in the next turn? How will I kill that one? If I bring her around here to get this guy, what will this guy do? It's a real game of thinking what you're going to do, and I think that's good. There's a really good idea here with the turn-based combat. In fact, as far as the combat's concerned, I've got no complaints. I do think, like I said, level up of your own characters during the actual missions isn't enough, and it's never enough, and you shouldn't need to skirmish. That's the only complaint I've got, really. I like the combat. I think it's different from other turn-based games, and it's good for that. So, like I said, we'll just continue this and we'll watch him die as well. She can be useful because sometimes when you can't catch one of these exploding guys close up, you can get them at a distance, but not this time. He moves very slowly. Guardian axes always move slowly. I guess the axe is heavy, but they look big enough to carry it quickly, so he's going to explode on somebody. I know he's not, he's going to hit somebody. You can see they do counter-attacks. They don't get those ability things where they get special abilities for being surrounding somebody. They do have people who do magic, which can be annoying, and they can do ranged magic, so they've got archers as well. So they've got lots of things, and I've not encountered all the enemies, and you see that thing up there is breeding more of those exploding guys, which is annoying. So it's all, you can see these ancillary guys do a little bit. They're relatively strong as well, and they do sometimes kill somebody when you don't expect it. So Sarah needs to really go and kill that guy, and she will, because she always hits. We'll end her action, and I'm going to use her just so you can see it, to kill the other exploding guy, because she doesn't need to be close, and then we've got rid of them two and then we can worry about the others. So yeah, it's a game, and I'm not really thinking this through at all. As you see, I've already got somebody killed and everyone else is a bit injured. So it is a game where you need to think. I think it's the better for that. It's not a game you can brute force at all. There's no stealth option in this at all either. So it's a game where you need to puzzle out where you need to be, how you can involve your other teammates in the action, what abilities will trigger if you do different things, and I think that's really good. I like it a lot. I like it more than I thought I would, and like I said, it's not an easy game at all, especially when you get to this kind of level. You can see, I've just killed a few guys down here, and you can see where I am with it. So it's not a easy game, and you can see you can see how much I've already got damage. Okay, I wasn't paying attention, but you can see how many enemies there are already, and that guy's making new little explodey guys all the time to come down and kill me. Yes, there are life points, but like I said, they only life up one person, so be very careful how to use those. But yeah, okay, so Redemption Reapers, we've done combat, done some combat. I think I've given you the basics of combat. like with any game, it would be very complicated to go into all of it. I may do another video about combat, I'm not sure. But anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. Until next time, take care for now.